Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic host of Bachelor Nation News. Oh my gosh, we've got a good one for you today. These are my favorite types of videos. Self-reflecting, motivational, learning a little bit about relationships and positive communication. I cannot tell you how much praise I have for Susie. Susie, oh boy, I'm on a roll today. Sushi, oh boy, you can tell I have been on a diet. I've got a lot of praise for Clayton, calamari, and sushi over here. My code words. This is your boy Daiquiri Dave. I know I look a little shiny today, but I can already tell this is gonna be a fantastic video. I look a little shiny. My morning lotion was taken by airport security last week, so I've been experimenting with new products, and I basically use whatever my fiance didn't like, and this is like a grapeseed oil type of thing. I'm not going to link it. I don't know the brand. It's not a sponsor. I feel kind of good, even though I look like I was just birthed. I look like I either just got a chemical peel or was just birthed. So this is Diaper Dave. All right, here we are. So I'm going to get into this story. Susie sells California rolls by the seashore, and Clayton Calamari over here, they went on Caitlin Bristow's podcast, and they're taking back the narrative. They are going to talk about the bullying and all the things that have been going on. I love these mental health podcasts. I know they don't always do as well as the whole, like, the Tia, who said what, or Twitter history, but it's pretty good. So we're going to get into all of it. I actually have a favor I want to ask. So I was going on my Instagram and I posted this reel actually 22 hours ago. This is a 60 frames per second 4K drone shot I took of my fiance while we were on vacation. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good looking shot. So I wanted to share with you guys, if anyone is into content creation, the new drone I got, again, not a sponsor. I do have an affiliate link, but it's the same price for you, not a sponsor. Shoots 4K, shoots vertical or horizontal videos by a click of a button. It's such a good drone. It has object avoidance, so like I almost hit like a palm tree, it avoids it. So anyway, if you're interested in that, I'm gonna link it below. Just, you know, I think it's the last day of Prime Day. It's expensive. It's like $900+, but if you can use it for your business, I mean, anyone from real estate to influencers can use drone photography. It's amazing. Or if you just want it for your family, it's so good. Such a good camera. I'll have more about that. But I will share in a little bit some of my messages about my sort of battle with mental health. Now, don't get me wrong. My mental health is in a solid place. But I still have to deal with Reddit threads. I guess I'll talk about this right now before we get into Clayton and Susie, because it's all the same deal. So I've got to talk. So hold on one second. Trying to get to the part here. So someone posted this to me. They say, "Hey Dave, on Work with Dave tomorrow, which will be this morning's Patreon at 10 a.m. Can you talk about your random posting? Can you talk about the random people who post about you on the Bachelorette? It wasn't me. I commented, but I saw it was like, excuse the F out of me. Why is she talking about my man? I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, people get very defensive when it comes to me. And I said, I'll talk about it. And to answer their question of what it's like having Reddit mention my name, even when it's relatively positive, like the last post, if my heart rate is at a 75 and then I scroll on Reddit and see that my name's being mentioned in a post with my name in the title, my heart rate doubles. It's an instant panic attack. I'll talk more about it later, but you know, as much as people go, oh, then don't go on Reddit. Well, it's part of my business is to source content and all that. So I'll discuss it today on today's podcast. Now, before I get into Clayton and Susie, now ride with me here. My fiance, Tasha Courtney on Instagram, just posted this reel that she made while we were in the Bahamas on vacation. Now, of course, she works as a model, so she's got to do, you know, influencer shoots, and sometimes she has a new outfit she has to shoot. So she doesn't play tennis, but we had to shoot this tennis look with her, and she actually did a really good job with some of the So she hit the ball pretty well for like not really ever having played tennis. Like, look at it, it's a good hit. So anyway, I commented, don't let Tasha fool you. She returned some shots that gave me college tennis star vibes. If this comment gets 100 likes, will you guys let me buy Tasha lessons? So I'm just asking, if you guys don't mind going to her on Instagram and giving that comment a like, I'd really like to buy her lessons, and I want her to feel like she's got some support from the community because she does enjoy it. And by the way, I'm pretty good at tennis. I don't want to be the one who coaches her. I want to be the one who plays with her, which is kind of a good reflection, I think, for how relationships should be handled. We need to do our own work. We need to bring our own positive self-improvement into a relationship so that we can enjoy the merit of that the equity we've built with the way we've worked on our own soul with our partner. Now let's get into Katie. Let's get into Katie's thoughts with Susie and Clayton. Susie Clayton. So Katie says, I'm actually not okay with the Clayton slander at all. Disappointing. So much for protecting your lead in their mental health. Of course, this is in response to the Clayton sucks a cappella group sung by a couple teenagers on the episode the other night. Now, let's get into it. Here's what Clayton and Susie said in response to that on Caitlin Bristow's podcast.
That was ridiculous. That was
I look over at Susie and she's bopping to it.
Not true. That is
she's like, this is my new ringtone.
Clayton sucks, Clayton sucks,
Clayton. Doing the choir dance.
Yeah, she goes, whenever we have an anniversary down the line, I'm just going to turn this on when you're saying some BS, Clayton. I'm just going to turn on Clayton sucks, Clayton sucks. Yeah.
They make me smile. Now, here's the deal. Someone left a comment on a different thread. I think it was actually Katie Thurston's thread saying, they basically said, he's 6'4", straight, white, male, strong, and good looking. He can handle it. He can take it. And that may be true. That may be true that he can take it, but what a shit way to look at it. What a shit way to look at a guy like Clayton, because he bench presses and has built physical muscle. He's got strong, bulbous, vascuous muscles. Oh, he can take it. Oh, his soul's strong now. Get out of here.
That's rubbish, Dave.
Absolutely rubbish. So anyway, Elizabeth, Eliza and Hurd said, I want Susie and Clayton to do a TikTok to this Clayton Sucks song. And Susie goes, on it. Effing love Susie. And here they are. And here's their TikTok. Hit the play button here.
Clayton sucks, Clayton sucks, Clayton sucks.
All right, take it back. Take it back, Clayton. So there it is. They take back the joke. They make it theirs. And that's great. Now, it doesn't mean that they're okay with it. It means we ain't going to let you hurt us. Now, Susie's TikTok is so good. I want to share. Here's my favorite. I love them. They're making all these TikToks. I don't know where they are in Virginia Beach or wherever, but they're on the dock. I love this TikTok. Hold on. Watch it. Watch it. Ready?
If you jump off the dock. I didn't even tell you what I was going to give. Clayton, if you jump off the dock.
All right. So I'm just loving them. And now people's response to the Clayton hate that are in support of it would say, he deserves it. He was an a-hole. He was all these other things on the show. And my thought is this. I don't want perfection. I want people that are trying their best with the information they have. Now, Clayton, he obviously would redo how he did his season. He would redo telling multiple women he loved them and all these other. I'm sure he would redo all this. In the moment, he was being coached, and he's a guy who played sports his whole life, so he probably just thought he was doing good by the producers. Just like Demi, when they were like, Demi, good girl, Demi, and they tapped her on the head. She thought she was doing good by the producers. He took the bait, and he's paying the price. So here's Susie watching all the guys make fun of Clayton. Her initial TikTok about it.
Wife's name out your
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. And then there it is. Okay, so those are the responses. I think that was it. Anyway, so here's what they had to say on Off the Vine. I'm going to play a couple of clips. The episode's running a little long. I suggest listening to the whole episode. Every clip I played I thought was really good advice. I think Clayton has done such a lot of work on improving himself. I think before this relationship, and I could be projecting, he spent a lot of work. He spent a lot of time working on himself as a guy trying to become a pro athlete and eventually becoming a pro athlete, from a walk-on in college, not being big enough to being too big or too large, and working on his body fat composition. So he had the muscle and the ability to be a growth mindset when it came to improving himself. Now he's in a relationship. Now it's about not just improving myself, but improving the way that I communicate my needs with my partner, and also equally as important, how I listen to their needs and how they need to receive their love. Let's have a listen to a few clips.
Show your personalities and show yourselves together. Would you say that social media has helped your relationship or impacted it in any way?
I think it's helped us individually kind of take back the narrative of who we are and what our relationship is. And obviously we don't like come on social media and share every time we
Clayton,
have
if
a
you jump off
fight
the
or an argument.
Right.
But, on the show, they sure love to air the arguments and the fights. So it's like
Of
that
course.
a lot of airtime from the show. But it is true. Like we get to take back the narrative now. And I think it's helped us because I do feel, wait, where was this on the show? Or
Right.
why didn't we get more of this on the show? And I think that does help me feel good about the use of our social media, because it makes me feel like people are trying to see what we experience and what we do experience in our relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say just being able to have the ability to utilize the platform to express what we want to. And we're under control of that. Nobody else is. So that's been really great because we're able to express ourselves which way we want to. And everything that she said, I agree with. It's having control of that narrative and being able to say, hey, listen, here we are. We're goofy. This is what we're passionate about.
Totally.
And we can, at any point, if we want to update individuals or just put out something new, we have the ability to do so.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't want to speak for Michelle and Nate, but I mean, obviously they just went through a breakup. But I remember, I think Nate had a hard time with
There was some really intense stuff individually.
Yeah.
I love the shit out of this guy. He's like,
Aww.
I don't know how else to say it other than I just literally love him so much. And I think I would have quit if it were anybody else. So
That's nice. I mean, it's like that's a nice little silver lining in it, because as you're telling me that
she kind of did quit, right? I don't know. They're back together.
Understand that I don't know if maybe it's just something in the air, but I have been getting so much shit lately too. The trolls are out lately, but I don't want to take away from how that feels to you. But I do like that something like that can bring people closer together, because it really can tear people apart at the same time. So if you can, get
times. I think we've definitely had the conversation many times about, is this worth it? Because we feel that as a team, we're both taking heat at different points. And so that thought process of, if we separate, we don't have to share the other person's pain. So we're not going to be in this constant state of feeling pain. And very quickly, we realized that we would feel more pain ultimately, at least I believe this, if we were to separate. We would be hurting away from each other.
Yes.
So we have to weather this storm together.
And look, okay, so here's the deal. Not a lot of people will try to solve this issue with Band-Aids, saying, don't go on Instagram, don't share your love, don't do all this. They can talk about their pain that they're feeling while they also share this content. It's a net positive, tenfold net positive, the love and humor that they're sharing. Susie's so much funnier than I would have imagined from the show. The show just whittles that down. I'm sure in the show's showing Gabby's humor a lot too, but I'm sure she's even funnier when she's creating her own stuff. But Susie's really, I mean, she's definitely top 3 Bachelor alumni social media. At this point, right now, I think she's top 1. I think she's the number 1 funny social media account from Bachelor Nation, bar none. Go through her TikTok and find me a video that isn't just money. Wait, are you guys getting engaged? and here's the deal. Clayton commits to it. I don't know if like he really commits to the bits that she's got him doing. Anyway, let's play a few more clips here. If you're annoyed that I'm not playing more, just go watch the whole thing. But I'm not trying to hijack all of their content. Just a little bit. You know me. Hijack Dave here. Just a little bit of the content.
And he was like, okay, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But it was true. It was something where, I was upset by something that I saw about me or whatever. And Clayton was like, I mean, can you disassociate from that being about you or us? And that be something that's somebody else is putting out there. Like, you really put it into perspective that that's correlated with the show. That's something that has nothing to do with who you are as a person. Yeah. And that was good advice, but it was hard in that moment. But then it's it triggers sometimes arguments or us being upset at each other. So then it becomes about us. But when we take a step back, we can realize it's really a lot of times trolls or or, you know, the internet or the narrative that we've been given or whatever, that can be painful.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm trying to word this the right way. I think we both are different as far as how we handle pain and what we need to help us get through that. And so where I need advice and a new perspective, she's wanting more comfort and just be here for me and experience this pain and let's work through it together. And
it's also like how we talk about neurodiversity and the idea that how our brain functions is different for everybody. We grow up with this impression that everyone thinks the way we do. Well, I just need people to leave me compliments. That's all I need. That's my love language, you know? I don't need, hey, a gift is nice. I like a good gift. Don't need it. Quality time, not so much. My fiance, I guess I need quality time. Compliments, I don't need compliments. Why would my fiance need compliments? She's beautiful. She's gotten compliments her whole life. She needs quality time and attention. And a lot of other, so the idea that we just expect that the other person thinks and acts the same way we do is not correct. Now, what's important is the intention of the soul, the connection in saying, hey, regardless of how the brain works, regardless of how the operating system works and what it needs and the type of fuel my heart needs to keep going, regardless of all that, I love you. And I care about you. And I'm willing to learn whatever transition I need to make from the way I share my love language to the way you're going to receive it. And if it's like a sign language where someone can hear and they do sign language to someone who can't hear, that sign language isn't needed by the person doing it. It's needed by the person receiving it. Okay? And it's important that we all learn that language to share with the people in our life we love, not just our significant others, but our family and friends.
Kind of, is that a good way to word it?
I think so, yeah.
That makes sense. I'm going to tell you something. Whether you're on the show or not, my therapist told me that is like the number one strain on relationships a lot of times is that somebody wants to fix it and somebody just wants to feel it.
Bingo. Figure it out. Ask these questions. Figure out about yourself too. You can't ask anyone for a life raft if you don't know you need it. Figure out your own shit and what you need to find love and to share love, and make sure you also take the time to figure that out in others. All right, last part. Here they are talking about the Bachelor Bullies. That short clip we already played. This goes a little bit further in depth about their response to all the hate that they had on this season premiere of The Bachelorette.
That point, but it's just so hard because it really is still so fresh. It doesn't help that the show is just still making this about like how shitty Clayton was to certain, like, I hate how they're doing this season. I hate it. I hated all the Clayton jokes. I just didn't like it. And I'm going to tell you something, and maybe you know this and maybe you don't, but they do this every season. They always, like, when Ari did what he did to Becca, and then Becca was the Bachelorette, everyone just like tore Ari apart. It's just like they do it every season because the guys think it's funny. The producers obviously are like, we don't care. But has that affected you, Clayton? Because I know that like you're so open about mental health, which I love because samesies. But I was watching that, having empathy for you in those moments, just being like, God, has he not been through enough?
Yeah, I recently heard some really great advice from an audiobook, Matthew McConaughey, Green Lights.
Yes.
An audiobook. And Susie got me onto it. And it's something I've heard before, but I just need to be reminded. It was, he was talking about...
By the way, I should have bought the audiobook. I would have loved it. Green lights. All right. We're not going to get stopped at a red light. Not today. Not this day. We're going to take a green light.
Hollywood. And he just basically said it's not personal. It's just business. And
yes.
as you just stated with Ari or other bachelors, they do it all the time.
All the time.
And as I saw the episode, I was very happy to just feel that. I'm like, you know what? It's not personal. It's business. And
look, here's the deal. It's not personal. It's business. But with that idea, and I think that's a great way to live. It's up to us to decide if we take offense to something. Bottom line. someone can do something offensive. It's up to us if we are offended. It's up to us if we are triggered. Now, we might not have control over those triggers. If I'm triggered because of certain words that are being said, I might not have control over my reptilian response around that, but that's still on me because I can't control what's coming out of someone's mouth. I can't. So if I get a lot of hate online, sometimes I just share it and make fun of it. Sometimes I slam people back. I try to parlay that into some sort of positive energy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I'm happy with where I'm at today. I'm pushing the things I want to push. I'm chasing my true purpose and passion in life finally for the first time. Mm-hmm. And I think through all the muck and everything that I went through, here I am because of this entire environment, the opportunities I was given, I'm now able to chase after what I'm passionate about. So as I saw the show,
Clayton
the episode,
rocks.
and all
Clayton
of the attacks and the song, the choir that they had.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chase down those parents.
Yeah, that's bullying, ma'am.
But you know,
I don't blame the parents because I'm sure these kids. I mean, whatever.
I honestly didn't really get a reaction other than I just kind of laughed. I watched it and I thought, all right, I thought this too shall pass. And I thought, of all the things you've been through, this is relatively minor. So what? I mean, I get it. There's a connection to my story with these two women, but I imagine that as the weeks roll on, my name will no longer
get out of their mouth. Okay, that's going to be it from me. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Again, now that the video... Now that the video is over, I just ask if you do want to give me some support. Let's see if I got any likes already from her reel right here. Help me... Okay, so I only got 2 likes. So do me a favor, run over there to Tasha's Instagram and like my comment. I'm going to like it myself. And let's get that comment to 100 likes. I would really appreciate that. Also, leave a comment on her page. It's just always good for the algorithm. But and then you can see me dressed up in a nice tennis outfit as Tasha beats me in tennis. All right, folks, keep pursuing that better version of yourself, and we're gonna be okay. We'll figure it out. At DNeals on Instagram, and I'm going live on Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal at 10 a.m. this morning. Shout out to the 230 plus Patreon members currently. I appreciate you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.